welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a day in my life as a solution engineer at Shopify. This video is going to be a bit different from the usual day in the life video because I'm going to spare you myself waking up, like making coffee, making avocado on toast, and me working out. And I'm going to go straight into the topic, which is what you want to know. If I apply to become a solution engineer, will I enjoy the day? Will I enjoy the type of work? Will I like the lifestyle? How long are the working hours, etc.? So I'm going to go straight into the topic and talk about my day as a solution engineer. So I typically work between 9 and 6. So that's my typical working hour with 1 hour break for lunch. I actually block my lunch hour in my calendar every day at the same time between 12 and 1 p.m. And I ask my colleagues to make sure to ask if they want to book over. There will be days where maybe half an hour will be taken. I can move it around, but I always try to have a 1 hour lunch break to recharge. I work from home, so that's a big disclaimer for those people that are commuting. I can wake up at 8. I have 1 hour of having breakfast, chilling, reading, doing my own thing. And then I can start at 9. And at the same time, at 6, when I finish work, I'm already at home. So if I want to go and do some exercise or meet my friends, etc., I can do it because I'm already at home. So I don't have to add any commuting time. So let's go into now my working day. So as I said, I work from home and the entire company is remote. So basically everything we do, we typically do it online. Every once in a while, we do meet for events. So there may be conferences, there may be, we meet up as a team because we want to work together for one day. So we typically go to a coffee shop or a hotel and we just work as a small group. I actually really like that because it's very multidisciplinary. Typically, when you're sitting in an office, you're sitting next to your colleagues, so people that do the same job as you. But because we're remote, when we meet up, we have the opportunity to actually work as an extended team. And if you go check my video on what does a solution engineer do, you will find out that actually I work a lot with people from sales, partnerships, products, so developers, etc. So it's actually pretty varied, the type of teams that I interact with. On a typical day, there are a couple of activities that I would do. So I may have 1 to 2 client calls. So these client calls may be on different stages of their lives. Perhaps it's the first time I speak to the client. Perhaps we have already spoken to the client. We've done what is called discovery. So we already know what the challenges are in terms of the software they're using. We already understand where they want to go as a company, but we have not presented anything yet to them. So we have not presented a solution to them. Some calls may be more in the early stage, some calls may be more in a presentation stage, some calls may be just the final stages where we're just wrapping up or following up on a few topics. I may have between 1 hour and 3 hours a day of client calls. The type of preparation that I need to do depends on the stage of the life cycle where they are. So let's say if it's a first call, what I would typically do is that I would have half an hour with the sales rep that is handling that deal, that opportunity, and we would sync on what are the main things that we want to tackle in that first call, who is the client, really exchanging ideas of what do we want to discuss in the first call, perhaps preparing an agenda together that then we can send to the client. A little ad break. I have created a free resource for all of you that want to join the world of tech. If you're looking to make a move, make a career change and get into tech, don't forget to download it. I hope it's going to help you get a job. It definitely did help me get a job. I wish I had something like this when I started out. Hopefully I'll see more of you in the tech world. Let's go back to the video. If it's not the first time that I talk to the client, we may have a debrief after the meeting with the client together with the sales rep, half an hour, to discuss what things went well, what things went wrong, and what are the next steps. So do we need to send any documentation back to the client? Do we need to clarify certain aspects? And just how do we want to move the deal forward? These type of activities may take, let's say, 3 hours out of my day, 3 hours and a half, depending on the day. So this is more time that we spend on calls. The rest may be varied. So there may be some time where I'm working on internal projects, either on my own, I may be working on a document, or I'm working in a team. We may be working on some solution guides, which is how can we put together different features to solve a specific problem that one of our clients has, where it's not as straightforward and say, click that button or do that, but you need to put together a process leveraging different aspects of our platform to then create a workflow that our clients can use. So this is one of those things where we would work in tandem with other members of the solution engineering team, perhaps with a lead who is leading the project. These are more, I would say, longer term projects. They may last for, a month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on the complexity of the projects. These projects are typically things that we do to improve our workflows. So it's either things that allow us to sell better, it's things that make our life easier when it comes to doing our job. The third category, apart from client work or internal project work, is events, public speaking, and enablement. How can we leverage the fact that we are experts in our platform to help other people, whether it's externally or internally? So when it comes to internal events, these are typically enablement sessions or workshops that we do for our sales team or other teams inside the organization to explain aspects of our platform or talking about trends in the industry, etc. This may be webinars or it may be in-person meetings. At the same time, we often work with our marketing team or our partnerships team to participate into external events, workshops that we do to attract new clients or new partners in our ecosystem. For example, earlier this week, I was in the Excel Center in London and I was presenting at a conference talking about our Commerce Trends report, which is a report that we publish every year regarding trends in the e-commerce space. It may also be events with our partners. So for example, last year I went to Manchester and I participated into this meeting. Is a meetup that one of our partners organized talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategies. These are all ways that we can be present in the ecosystem, in the broader ecosystem of the industry. We can get our voice heard and teach other people about our job and what we can do. I would say the last category of work is more what I would call deep work or research work. And that has to do with upskilling and learning. So studying the product, studying new releases, making sure we know what's happening in the industry, reading articles, newsletters, listening to podcasts. It may also be reading internal documentation about new product features, just so that we can always stay up to date with what's happening. Again, we are always the experts in the room whenever we talk to a client, so it's very important that we always stay up to date and we always consistently learn. So learning is a big part of being a solution engineer, and it's one that requires always blocking time off of your day. So I try at least 1 hour a day to always block it for learning. I'm not talking to clients, I'm not working on a project, I'm just sitting down and catching up on internal webinars, documentation, new product features, testing new things out, etc. Perhaps one other thing I have not mentioned of the job is that if we are preparing for a client call that requires demonstrating something, then you may also be spending some time building things. That may be developing something, maybe configuring a demo store or a proof of concept. This could be, honestly, coming up with a solution and presenting a solution to a client can come in different shapes and forms. Yes, it could be preparing a demo in the software, but it could also be preparing a presentation. It could also be drafting an email. That's also part of the job. And I personally really enjoy this mix of interacting with other members of the team, but also working individually, researching, thinking, writing. Honestly, I think it's the best job in the world. If you want to know more about how to become a solution engineer, write me in the comment, write me on my email, and I'm really happy to help you get into this role because it's extremely exciting and I'm really enjoying it. I've been doing it for a few years now. Absolutely would love more people, more women to become solutions engineer because it's really fun, it's really diverse, and we need you. I hope you like this video. Let me know what topics you'd like me to explore. I'll see you in the next one.